In this assignment, we're going to write a program that calculates the sum of all the even numbers from 1 to 0. And there should only be one print statement written in the code. And the print statement will list the final total and not list every step of the calculation. So there's a lot of ways you can do this. So we know we're going to use a for loop. So we're going to set a variable and we're going to give it the value of 0. And then we'll start the for loop. So we'll do for number in range. And we know we're only including even numbers. So we'll start with 2. And we're only going to 100. So we have to go over 100 because the last number in a range is not inclusive. So we'll do 101. And we know we're doing only even numbers. So it's every other number. So that's the interval. So from here, we're going to want to print the number. So we'll just write a comment stating what it's doing. We already have even sum equals 0. So we're going to write even sum plus equals. So it's assigning a value, but every time the next value is entered into this, it's going to add to the even sum. So that next value is number because that's what we're iterating through. And that's the for loop. So then we're going to break out of it and we're going to print even sum. We'll run the code and we get 2,550. So that's adding every even number from 2 to 100. Now there's another way we could do this. We'll comment this out. We'll assign another variable we'll call alternative sum equals 0. And we'll use, once again, a for loop. So we'll do for number in range. We're starting with 1, and we're going to go all the way to 101 because ranges aren't inclusive, so we have to go beyond 100. And then in this scenario, we'll do an if statement. So we'll say if number modulus sign 2 is the same as 0. So to continue on the if statement, we'll add a comment just stating what it's doing. And like in the previous example, we're going to update the value. So alternative sum plus equals number. And then we'll break out of the for loop or the if conditional, and we'll print alternative sum. And when we run it, we should get 2,550. We get the same result. These are just some examples of code you can use.